Okay, so this is the practice question number 1. Hope you can see my screen. Imesha?
Yes, we can
And can you hear
see.
me? Yeah, okay. Um, so in this practice question number 1, they have given us some information, right? This is related to employment income. They have given some information, right? So first of all, when we start the sum, we must see the requirement. Before reading the sum, it is better to see what is the requirement. So here in the requirement, they are asking to compute the assessable employment income and the income tax liability of Mr. Anura blah 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 for the year of assessment 2023-24 by assuming he has only employment income for the above period. So first of all, in a sum, it's better to read the requirement rather than starting directly with the question itself. So as per the what is the requirement? They are asking to prepare the employment income. So okay, now we can start with the adjustment, right? Uh, so I like if someone can read the adjustments and I'll be explaining. Indonit, can you hear me? Indonit?
Oh,
Read karo the first two adjustments.
government pension, 120,000 rupees per month, and gross salary, 250,000 rupees per month. Deduction from salary to employee provident fund, 8% of the gross salary. Employer contribution to employee provident fund at 12%, and for employee trust fund at 3%.
Right. So in the now before drawing the starting with the adjustment, we must build up a format to start the employment income calculation. Right. So normally for employment income, uh, we can use this format, right? So hope you can see the screen now. Imesha.
Yes, we can see now.
Yes. Okay, so normally we should write the name of that person on the top, then write computation of income tax liability or taxable income, whatever, right? So you can say computation of taxable income or computation of income tax, right? So whatever. Now, as an example, if I say Imesha, Madhushanka and Madhushanka, Imesha both are same. No? Similarly, taxable income and income tax. So that is not a problem. And also, especially, you must write the year of assessment, right? For the year of assessment, 2023, 2024. Now here also you are getting sometimes half mark or 1 mark, right? So therefore it is important to write that also. Now if we see the first adjustment, as Sindhunit said that government pension is 120,000 per month. So normally, um, I think you are aware, we are preparing income tax calculation for a year. So how many months are there per year?
12.
12, right? So there are 12 months in a year, right? Now, if you take government pension, right? Normally, government pension, as per the Inland Revenue rules, it is exempted. Government pension, it is an exempted item. So therefore, what we should do, we must mention it as government pension, and within bracket, it is a must to write exempted, right? And here we can put the monthly value, write the number of months, but don't put the value, right? Here you should not put the value because government pension normally, as per the Inland Revenue rule, as per the Inland Revenue rules, it is exempted. So the first one, government pension, it is exempted. Then the second adjustment, if we move to the gross salary. Now, what is the difference between gross salary and net salary? Who knows the answer? Difference between gross salary and net salary? Anyone?
So in the net
Can give
salary,
a
that's basically the gross salary with all the deductions. But then the gross salary is the entire salary a person would get. And in the net, you have all the deductions. For example, like the EPF fund will be paying, and then if you have any loan payments and all. Am I right?
Yeah. So simply how normally I am teaching this to students. So the difference between simply, right, gross salary and net salary. Gross salary and net salary. So what Changa said is correct, right? So simply gross salary consists without the deductions, right? That's mean that is our full salary. Net salary is with the deduction. So simply net salary means whatever we get to our hand, right? Net salary can අපිට අතට දෙන ගාණ, right? So that is how we can remember net salary. But gross salary, that is what is mentioned in our pay sheet. So normally in this EPF, ETF calculation, we use the gross salary, not the net salary. We are using the gross salary. So in the paper, if it is not mentioned whether this is gross or net, most of the time it is gross salary, or else you can go with the assumption. Assume that this is the gross salary per month. And even they, let's say they haven't mentioned per month, you can write an assumption. Assume this is for a month, right? Assume this is for a year. Now, if they haven't mentioned anything, here I can add the assumption. Assume this is per month or assume this is per year. But I don't think in the exam paper, there will be some doubtful area like that. So, Imesha, if you want, you can repeat it in Sinhala.
මං හිතනවා ඒක තේරෙන්නේ නැති
Yeah.
කියලා.
So those, yeah. That is a small thing. Okay, so then let's directly move to the calculation now. Now here, gross salary, right? Gross salary is taxable in full, right? Now per month, it is 250,000 and there are 12 months. So therefore, 250,000 into 12, it is 3 million. So gross salary is taxable without any contribution being deducted. So I said normally for any case, we consider mostly the gross salary. Therefore, don't even think about the net salary, even in financial reporting. When it comes to advanced financial reporting, I think the subject which is there next year, if there is a sum from pay sheet, normally, mostly for this calculation, we consider the gross salary, right? So don't even look at the net salary. So here we must take the gross salary and here we must write it. Gross salary is taxable without any contribution being deducted. Now here what is mean by any contribution? There are two kind of contribution, ETF and EPA. Anyone who knows the full forms? What is ETF?
Employer Provident Fund.
Employee Trust Fund and Employee Provident Fund. Employee Trust Fund and Employee Provident Fund. So normally this ETF is contributed by the employer. ETF is normally contributed by the employer. EPF is normally contributed by both employer as well as employee. Right? So you have to remember that it is important not only for taxation, even for the, I think next semester advanced financial reporting. ETF only employer, EPF both employer and employee, right? So these are the first two adjustments. So those things are very easy, but when we are coming more towards the sum, there are difficult areas. Now here, entertainment allowance, 50,000 per month. So we have an entertainment allowance, which is 50,000 per month. So entertainment, it is coming as a part of employment income. Entertainment, it is coming as a part of employment income. So as per the inland revenue rules, you must tax it. Now here the advantage is you don't have to write rule numbers and those things. I mean for employment income, but when it's come to taxation of a company, you will see you have to mention the section numbers. Here the advantage is this. You don't have to write this one, that one, right? But there are some area you have to write. So can someone tell me one area where we have to mention the section? We'll see. As an example, can you remember? So, okay, we'll ask from Sangha. Sangha, can you remember motor vehicle benefit? If the market value is not given, where we should refer?
50,000 right? Awesome.
Where we should refer?
I can't really remember
IRD,
section.
the IRD valuation. So there you can mention as per the IRD valuation, or else you must mean you can. It's better if you can mention the exact gazette and circular, but I also can't remember. So like me, if I can't remember that, I will write as per the IRD valuation, right? If I cannot remember that in the exam, so it's normal for people to forget things, right? So therefore, I would like as per the IRD valuation, right? Okay. Now this entertainment also is taxable, right? Then moving forward, if we take this one, company provided 1890cc motor vehicle with driver and unlimited fuel for his official and private traveling. Company does not maintain any running records of this vehicle, right? So company has provided a vehicle with driver and unlimited fuel, 1890cc for his official and private traveling. Now let's see what to do with this, right? We'll see what to do with this. Now here, this transport facility, which is the vehicle benefit, how to find this vehicle benefit? Yes. Now how to find the vehicle benefit? How we can find the vehicle benefit? Anyone? Now here there is no value. So Shivanti, can we put 1890 as the value? Now since you like questions, can we put 1890 in the motor vehicle value? So anyone? How to get this value? Now here in the answer it is there 50,000. Can someone tell me how this 50,000 came?
Yeah, so 50,000 comes for the vehicle, 20,000, driver 10,000, and fuel 20,000. This is for a month. And how we identify it is basically we check if they have said if it's for official purposes or if it's for official and personal purposes both. Since we can't really figure out which part of it was personal, we are just going to assume that all of it was used like that. And on top of that, since they haven't said that running records aren't also maintained, we'll have to tax the entire amount. So 20,000 for the vehicle, 10,000 driver, and 20,000 for the fuel.
Yeah. So thank you, Changa. So I think Changa's vehicle has been taxed, right? Therefore, she has good knowledge regarding this. Okay. So that's the joke. Now here, if this normally in taxation we must check for motor vehicle as well as for the rent also whether market value is given, right? So what we must check in unit whether what is given, whether what is given, we must check whether a
Personal official.
market value is given, right? Market value is given.
Sorry.
Now, as per this scenario, there is no market value. There is no market value. Therefore, we must go to the IRD table for vehicle valuation. So there is a circular gazette notification issued by the IRD. I cannot remember the number, right? So as per that, it says that for the vehicle per month, now this is very important. Vehicle per month it is 20,000. Driver per month it is 10,000. And for the fuel per month it is 20,000 as Changa said. Fuel it is 20,000. So it's better you note down these things somewhere, because if the market value is not given only, we should use the inland revenue guidelines, right? So vehicle 20,000, driver 10,000, fuel 20,000. Now this is, if I remember from 1st January 2021 or something, early we had another act, another gazette, right? Now you might be asking why that 1890 cc capacity is given, right, in the question. That is because early we had another different gazette notification, right? In there they classified two kinds of cc. If I remember, less than 1800 cc and more than 1800 cc, something like that. But now we don't have that gazette notification. So therefore, irrespective of the amount of this CC, we must use the inland revenue table if a market value is not given. Now let's assume if in the sum they said like this, company provided a motor vehicle with driver and let's say even driver is not mentioned, company provided a motor vehicle, monthly benefit is 72,000. Then Changa, should we look at the IRD table again?
No, we don't have to.
Yeah, so if you like to get tax two times, like Changa, you can follow the write it two times, right? But better to write only one time. So we do not need to write it twice, right? If the value is given. So hope it is clear. That is how 50,000 came. So Imesh, I think that also it's clear how 50,000 is came. No need to give a single repetition again, right? Imesh?
I think you explained that clearly.
Yeah, so and also since it is third year, it's better not to go with single explanation. Normally, I don't like, but if when it's necessary, you can adopt. It's better to go fully with English since so I don't think it is allowed to write in single in the paper, right? So the English also will be improved. Okay, so moving forward, now here 50,000 is per 1 month. We have 12 months, 600,000, right? So that is clear. Okay. So moving forward, the next adjustment, traveling expense reimbursement for the period starting from 1st 2024 and ending with 31st 3 2024 is 65,000 for the whole time period. It is 65,000 for the whole time period. Now this traveling expense reimburse, right? If traveling expense reimburse, um, it is for from 1st 2024 to 31st March 2024. So it means we have 3 months, right? We have 3 months. And since this traveling expense reimbursement, right, is used as an official purpose, we are not taxing, right? So normally remember everything which is there as official purpose in taxation, we are not taxing, right? Official purpose means if not there is no purpose. No. Now let's say from the university, right? There is official visit to Somalia, right? There is official visit to Somalia. So is there a point to call it official visit if that is tax, right? So I mean, if that is tax, we are not going to official visit. We are just staying home and sleeping, right? What is the purpose of going to a official visit if that is tax, right? Okay. So here be careful. The number of month is 3, but however, there is no impact since it is not tax. Now here, if you like, we can put 3 months, right? Okay, so moving forward, now the next adjustment is very important because it's about bonuses. Can someone read that adjustment, please? The bonus one. The adjustment on bonuses. Can please someone read the adjustment? Hello, is anyone there? Okay, so sometimes there might be connection problem. Okay, I'll read. Bonus 500,000 paid on 5/4/2023 out of the profit for the year 2022-23 and 600,000 to be paid on 25th April 2024 out of the profit for the year 2023-2024, right? No, however, so we cannot hear you. Right, now when it's come to bonus, right? When we come to this bonus, the thing we must know that normally for bonuses, we must use the cash basis, right? For the bonuses, we must use the cash basis, right? So here they say that 500,000 is paid on 5th April 2023 and 600,000 will be paid on 25th April 2024, right? Now, our year of assessment is 23-24. Can someone tell me if the year of assessment is 23-24? When this is starting and when this is ending? Anyone? Starting date and ending date. Can someone tell me? Imesha can hear me, right?
Yeah, you can hear now, but
Yeah,
I couldn't
okay.
hear you.
Can hear, no?
Yes, you are audible.
Anyone who knows the year of assessment? What is the
So
period for
in
this?
this, it's the
Yeah,
1st of April 2023 to the 31st of March 2024.
2024, right? 2024. So this is what is called as year of assessment. So this is not a complex question I have asked. This is simply basics of financial accounting. So you must know this. Now tell me, based on this year of assessment, based on the based on this year of assessment, if we take, where is the bonus? The bonus has gone now. Right. So if you take the bonus, what is related to this period based on cash basis? Now see the date, 5th April 2023, 25th April 2024. Now is this one included in this period? My first question. And my second question, is this one included under this period? Thanga, so which is included under our year of assessment?
So as you can see, so the 500,000 is included because it is within our year of assessment, even though it was for the previous year, we got it in this year. But if we look at the 600,000, we'll be getting it in the next year of assessment. So we just write that it's not taxable, but the first one is taxable as we get it within this year of assessment.
Yeah, so see, as Thanga said, here we are considering only the cash basis. Whatever we are receiving for the period only, we must record. Now, if you see the answer, right, so bonus is very important to see the cash basis. So you must write here bonus, cash basis, and taxable. So the whole amount is for the year, right? Imesha, is it needed the simple explanation for that?
I don't think so.
Yeah. Okay. So moving to the next adjustment.
Francisco, I have one question. So the 600, Francis, question.
Yeah.
So if we look at the 600,000, ඒක taxable නෑනේ because it's within the next year of assessment. Don't we have to write that saying that it's bonus for the year 2023, 2024 and not taxable කියලා දාන්න ඕනේ නැද්ද? Is that wrong?
No, you can write if you want. It's not an
Ah.
issue, I think.
Okay, thank you.
It's not a problem if you write, right? Okay. So if you have, I mean, ample time in the paper, like extra time, you can write, right? Even you can copy this adjustment again, write it to enter, but I think due to the time limitation, marks is not allocated for that. But if you like, you can write. There is no issue, but I don't think marks are given for that, right? Because of the time limitation in the paper. So I think that is a reason. But if we write, that is better since it's for 2024, right? If we mention that, it's not a problem. Okay. Changa, can you please read this adjustment? The next one.
Mr. Anura has provided a company-owned house has been provided a company-owned house at Colombo with all the other facilities, including furniture for living with his family. Employer reimbursed residential electricity bills of 120,000, telephone bills of 30,000, and water bills of 18,000. In addition to that, the company provided 12 gas cylinders during the year of assessment, which cost 60,000.
Right. So here also there is another table which is applicable, right? So if you see the lecture slides, there was a table regarding this housing benefits, right? And electricity bills, telephone bills, water bills, gas, right? So like for electricity bill, we should take 100% is taxable. Telephone bill only 50%. Water bills 100%. And gas, Shivanti, not gas cylinders, gas and gas cylinders, both are same, 100%, right? So gas and gas cylinders, both are same, right? So again, I'm repeating electricity 100%, telephone bill 50%, and water bill 100%, and gas 100%. So I will start with that adjustment since it is easy. So there is no rule that so I don't think there is a rule we must do. I mean, so like if in one adjustment they have given 5 together in the order, that is not a rule. We can do what the way we like, right? So electricity bill 100% taxable, right? The reason is there is a circular, right? IRD rules. Telephone bills 50%, water bills 100%, and gas 100%. So here they haven't given whether this is for a month or for a year. Therefore, we can assume this is for a year. This is for a year. We can write that assumption. So electricity 100%, therefore 120,000. But if you take telephone bills in the sum, telephone bill is only how much telephone bill? 30,000. So 50% means 15,000, right? 15,000. Water bill 18,000 and gas 60,000. Then if we come to the this housing benefit, right? We must follow the circulars in the housing benefits, right? So let me see whether there is a work in here. No, right? So we have to do the working. Changa, can you remember how this housing benefit has been taken?
Yeah, so for housing benefits, something we have to first check if it's in a residential area, non-residential area, or an estate. I can't remember the proper. I have it with me. Mama may document.
So
මන්ටයක්
I
වගේ හදුවා මම හිතන්නේ මගේ ගෲප් එකේ
12.5,
දැම්මද
yeah,
කොහෙද ඒකේ මම දාලා තිබ්බේ
10%, and if I remember
12.5
7.5. I think now the meeting
0.5
will end in another 30 seconds. So after that, there is a, 10 minutes gap in the free meeting. So after 10 minutes, only you can rejoin. Then look at that table and join, right? During the 10 minutes break, look at that table and join. So Changa, I think it's better if you share that if you have that table with the three areas, state, rural areas. So there are three areas, right? So within another, I think 15 seconds, 20 seconds, this is ending. So rejoin after 10 minutes after referring to the table, right? IRD table. So Changa, you can share, right?
I
Hello. Can hear, no? Changa.
yeah.
Right. So continuing, I think now that table which has been shared, you have referred it, right? So here, in order to find the housing benefit, right? So first of all, you must see in which area this is situated. So I think the screen also can be screen. Yes. Right. So if we see the area, right, where is that adjustment? Here. House in Colombo 4, right? This is a house in Colombo 4. So that means it is a posh area, right? So like places where Changa is living, rated area, no? So am I correct, Changa? Is this a rated area?
Yes, friends, it's a rated area.
Yeah, because it's Colombo 5, right? But people like us, right? So we are living in unrated areas. So villages, places like that, unrated areas. Okay. Right.
මේ
So
වැරදි කිව්වා
that
villages
is,
කියන්නේ unrated areas නෙවෙයි. Wrong.
yeah. So that is just to, it's not as per the tax laws, right? So just to say, right? So normally Colombo 4, we
Okay,
categorize
fine.
it as a rated area. All the Colombo area, even Colombo 4, Colombo 3, so those areas are rated area. So for rated area, the percentage is 12.5 of the salary. Now tell me, except Changa, which kind of salary we must take? Now I said earlier, which kind of salary we must normally take into calculations? Gross, net, or basic, except Changa. So I think they only, yeah, not Changa. Changa only is there to answer. Yeah, Changa.
So for everything, we always take the gross salary. So basically, the salary without any deductions.
Now here, how we can deal with this sum actually. Now we'll go to the answer and see. We'll put the answer. So here they have given housing benefit as per the circular 31 to 50. Now how this might have come? How this might have come? 31 to 50. Is it just came, we have plucked it from a tree? So we cannot do facts like that. We must put a calculation here. Changa,
I have an answer, but I'm not sure if I'm right. So I think I better not answer that question.
it's okay, right? Okay, then I'll tell Now here we must always take the gross salary. I said for most of the sum, but not for all. For most of the sum, we take the gross salary. So when you go to next year, I don't know, next semester, I don't know whether in advanced financial reporting there is pay sheet. There are situations where in their net salary also play a role. I mean, now for EPS, ETF calculation, gross salary, but if it is their pay sheet, right? So net salary plays a big role there, right? So, but I don't think in advanced financial reporting we have pay sheet because that is advanced financial reporting. So pay sheet is not advanced, right? So if you take the gross salary, it is 30000. Now, how this came, if you're asking me how this came, it's better you revisit the, not even the first year, you go to a grade 1 class, right? So if you're asking me how this came, right? So this came from the previous calculation, right? So if you don't know this, revisit grade 1. I recommend you to revisit grade 1. So Sangha is put in a text. She don't know from where it came. Yeah, Sangha. So I recommend you to visit preschool. Okay, you can go to preschool and revisit how this 300,000 came. Right. So as per the IRD rule, it is 12.5% of the salary. Which kind of salary? Gross salary. So here 300,000 into 12.5%. And this is the annual value, right? So what we can do, we can take the monthly value first, which is 31,520, something like that, 31,250. Then this is the monthly value. What we can do, multiply it by 12 and get the annual value. So if I go to the calculation here, you can see here 31,250 into 12, 375. So that is regarding salary, right? That is regarding salaries. So moving forward, that is regarding the rent benefit, right? So there it's a must to mention housing benefit taxable as per the circular. Number, I don't know the number, right? So you find the number. What is the number for that circular? It's better if you can write the number also, right? So we have done up to here now. Housing benefit, no, even up to gas, right? We have done up to gas. So what is happening? Right. So moving to the next adjustment. So anyone who like to read this adjustment? Is there anyone who like to read it? Okay. So no one like to read. I'll read. Employer paid 300,000 as annual medical insurance premium of Mr. Anura to the Sri Lanka Insurance Corporation, which is only applicable for all managerial level employees on equal terms of the organization, which entitled as per the condition of the employment agreement. Right. Now, what is mean by this? This is also a very important adjustment. I mean, I feel it very important adjustment, right? So when it come to this, these medical bills, right? Since these are being provided on equal terms for all managerial level employees, this is exempt. So here we can say also non-discriminatory basis, right? This is exempted. Now, what is mean by non-discriminatory basis? What is mean by non-discriminatory basis? So I think this also goes for Changa, this question. What is mean by discriminatory and non-discriminatory?
So discriminating is basically having a special treatment for a certain person, and non-discriminatory is treating everyone equally. So this non-discriminatory thing, shall I explain in Singlish or English?
Okay. Anything.
So everyone understands what I'm saying? Discriminatory, non-discriminatory කියලා දෙකක් තියෙනවා. එතකොට non-discriminatory කියන්නේ හැමෝටම එක වගේ හම්බෙන එක. හැමෝටම එක වගේ කිව්වහම දැන් ඔයගේ ආයතනයේ ඉන්න ඔක්කොම සේවකයන්ට එක වගේ කියන එක නෙවෙයි එතනින් මීන් කරන්නේ. එක එක level එකේ සේවකයෝ. දැන් මම managerial level එකේ කියමු. මටයි managerial level එකේ ඉන්න හැමෝටමයි එක ගාණක් හම්බුනොත් ඒකත් non-discriminatory. මොකද හැමෝටම එක වගේ සැලකෙනවා. ඒතර සේවකයන්ට එක වගේ ගාණක් හම්බුනොත් හැම සේවකයෙක්ටම ඒකත් non-discriminatory. හැබැයි discriminatory කියන්නේ ඔක්කොම සේවකයන්ගේ මට විතරක් හම්බුනොත් ඒ medical bill allowance එක හරි insurance එක හරි අන්න ඒක discriminatory. මොකද ඒක හම්බෙන්නේ මට විතරයි. අනිත් අයට හම්බෙන්නේ නැහැ. So that's the difference. I hope it was clear.
Yeah, so if I give a further example also, now in this room, let's assume there are 31 participants. From that 31 participants, for 30 participants, I am giving now, let's say assume I'm giving for every one of you tea and 2 chocolate biscuits. But only for one participant, I am going to give a bubble tea and 5 chocolate biscuits. Now, is that discriminatory or non-discriminatory, Changa?
So that is a discriminatory thing because you're only giving one
Absolutely.
participant.
Yeah, that is absolutely ultra pro max discriminatory, right? Okay,
ඉතින්
so I
ඔයා කිව්ව
hope
එක්කෙනෙක් විතරක්
discriminatory.
දෙනවා
Hmm?
කියලා.
So hope that is
So you
clear.
said that
Remember
you're
it
only
with the
giving it to one
example.
person, right?
Yeah, so remember it with an example, discriminatory and non-discriminatory basis, right? Okay, moving forward. So that is head center. Moving forward, monthly telephone bill payment by the employee 42,000. So monthly telephone bills, what we must do this mobile telephone bill. So that is taxable. And here I think in the question they say monthly. Yeah. So here they say no. Where is it? Have I missed the monthly telephone bill? No, no. Here, right. Mobile telephone bill payment by the employer is how much? 42,000. So the mobile telephone bill payments by the employee, it is 42,000. So what we can do now, this is not given whether it is monthly or annually, right? It is not given whether it is monthly or annually. So simply, either we can assume this is a monthly amount, or else we can assume this is as a annual amount. Either we can assume this with whether it is annual amount or monthly amount. So here, since this is 21,000, 42,000, no? Yeah, 42,000, it's a small value, no? We can assume it as a monthly value, right? So like for the office of Thanga, 42,000 is the telephone bill, right? So this is for a employer monthly value, we can assume, right? So this is reimbursed by the employer. This is reimbursed by the employer. So therefore, this is also coming as a part of the employment income. This is coming as a part of employment income. So here there is a issue with this. Oh no, it's not an issue. It's correct because telephone bill we are taxing 50%, right, Changa?
Yes, Francisco. Telephone bills are the only bills which are taxed 50%, and for other bills, it's all 100%.
Right. So here it is missing the 50%, right? So if you want, I'll give this Excel with the correction 50%, right? So moving forward, employer paid 20,000 as the annual membership fees of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Sri Lanka. So the employer pays the annual membership fees. Now annual membership fees, right? Annual membership fees is personal benefit, because you do chartered, you are not going to like make a benefit to the employer, right? There you are not giving any purpose to them. You are doing that for your own benefit. So therefore, that annual membership fees is a personal benefit. So personal benefit should be taxed. So since they have given annual, here we can put directly the annual amount. And moving forward, he went to USA for 2 weeks training program on IFRS, International Financial Reporting Standard for construction industry, and he was paid $1,200 for food and accommodation. $1 equal to this much. The air tickets of Mr. Aruna and his wife was provided by the employer, and the cost was 440,000. The cost of air tickets was 440,000. Now here they have gone for he has gone to US for a visit, and here he was paid for accommodation $1,200, and $1 equal to 365. So you know in taxation we must take our LKR currency. We cannot tax in US dollar no, because we are in Sri Lanka, right? So in here, the food and accommodation, what we can do, we can take it here, right? But in rupee form, right? So you have to multiply it in rupee value. And since they have gone to USA, right? They are mentioning here they have gone to USA for a training program. Now, if they have gone for other things, some other things, we cannot take it, right? So, I mean, we have to take it because it's a personal expense. If they have gone to a vacation, we have to take it. Since this is a training program, what is happening? The first part is exempted. But the interesting part is when we are coming to the second part of the sum. Air tickets of Mr. Anur and his wife was provided by the employer, and the cost was 440,000. Now, Changa, tell me who is working under this employer, Anura or the wife?
So Anura is the person who is working under the employer. The wife the employer does not have to pay. So therefore, when the employer pays for the wife, that becomes taxable.
Yeah. And also, if he pays, it's a problem there, right? Because he is not working, right? So there can be some other hidden stories, right? So those are not related to tax. Therefore, simply we should remove that expense. So think in a normal way, right? So if you are working and there are 2 tickets to be given, right? So why the employee should pay to the wife also? No, Changa. So think in a normal way as well, right? So you can use common sense here, right? And simply we can take only the Anura's cost, 220,000, 220,000, right? 220,000, right? So that is the expense which we can exempt, right? As per the IRD rule, because Anura has gone for official visit, but the wife has not gone for an official one. Therefore, her expense is taxed. So if I put this in another way, simply so even wife has gone with Anura for the official visit, but wife is not working under the employer. Therefore, wife expense is like considered as a taxable one. So the reason you can assume in tax, we are looking her one as a private expense of the wife, right? Not the husband. That is a private expenditure of the wife. Therefore, that is being taxed, right? So, Changa, if you want repeat this again in Sinhala, because this might be something complex for them, only this adjustment you can repeat it in Sinhala if you want.
Hari. I'll read the thing again, okay? So අනුර USA වලට ගියා weeks දෙකකට. එතකොට ඒගොල්ලෝ කියලා තියෙනවා අනුර food and accommodation වලට US dollars 1200ක් spend කරලා තියෙනවා. දැන් අපිට US dollars වලින් මේක දාන්න බෑනේ මේ taxing report එකේ. ඒක අපි Sri Lankan rupees වලට හරව ගන්න ඕනේ. 1200 වැඩි කිරීම 365. හැබැයි අපි ඒක දාන්නේ නැත්තේ මොකද අනුර ට්‍රේනින් ප්‍රෝග්‍රෑම් එකට තමයි ගියේ. ට්‍රේනින් කළා ඔයා වැඩ කරන තැනට આવොත් වැඩ හරියට කරගන්න පුළුවන්. එතකොට ඒක පර්සනල් බෙනිෆිට් එකක් නෙවෙයි. ඒක අනුරව ඒකට යවුවේ එයාගේ වැඩේ ප්‍රොඩක්ටිවිටි වැඩි කරගන්න. So අන්න ඒ ෆුඩ් ඇන්ඩ් ඇකොමඩේෂන් කියන කැලේ ටුට්ටක්වත් අපි ටැක්ස් කරන්න හොඳ නැහැ. හැබැයි මේකේ කියලා තියෙනවා අනුරයි එයාගේ වයිෆුයි රට යන්න 440ක් වියදම් කරලා තියෙනවා කියලා කම්පැනි එක. ලක්ෂ 440ක්. එතකොට අනුර වැඩ කරාට කම්පැනි එකේ වයිෆ් වැඩ කරන්නේ නැහැ. එතකොට කම්පැනි එක ගෙවන්නේ. එතකොට ඒක අපි දැනගන්න ඕනේ බෙනිෆිට් එකක් කියලා. එතකොට අනුරගේ එයා ටිකට් එකේ ෆී එක අපි ඇඩ් කරගන්නේ නැහැ. මොකද අනුරගේ කම්පැනි එක නෙමෙයි. හැබැයි වයිෆ් ගේ ටිකට් ෆී එක අපි ඇඩ් කරනවා. මොකද වයිෆ් නිකන් ජොලියට අනුරත් එක්ක ගිය නිසා. හරි.
Right. So then moving forward, company of now I'll increase the speed since there is the company sum also to be discussed. Company offer employee share option plan for all employees on 15/12/2023 and 2000 shares has been allotted to Mr. Anura on 20/12/2023. So Changa, if you can please see the message in the chat box and give a reply as a text by charging 54 each. The open market value of a share at the date of the allotment is 150. He utilized the ESOP and purchased 1000 share and the balance blah blah blah. Okay. So till we are discussing this, it is not understandable. Now here, market value is 150. Market value is 150. At this date, the share was rupees 50. At this date, the share was rupees 50. But at the date of allotment, it is 150. So you can see from 50, it has increased to 150. From 50, it has increased to 150. So here, the benefit only is taxable. You must understand that. The benefit only is taxable. So here, from 150 and 50, benefit is how much? Benefit is 100, and he has purchased shares 2 times. 1000 shares on 28/12 and on 10th January. Now I am not going to repeat that year of assessment thing. So this is falling under the year of assessment. So we don't have an issue with regard to the year of assessment, right? So therefore, total number of shares purchased is 2000 rupees, right? And the benefit is 1000. Therefore, we should tax this benefit 200,000, right? And housing loan interest is taxed at 0%, right? But early, as per the previous rule, it was taxed at 9.08%, if I remember early, as per the previous IRD rules, 9.08%. Now it is directly 0%, so therefore we can remember the forget the housing loan interest. And when it's come to the other one, he is working as a keep the APIT because that is a tax credit. Here they say that he received 2400 as a director fee. So the director fee also is a part of his employment income. Being a director is a part of employment income. So that is also taxable, right? And he is a visiting lecturer of this California University. This falls under our reporting period, year of assessment, and he received this much of fees. So we can assume this is for a year. This is for this 3 months from 1st for 2023 to 31st/12/2023. We can take for that period, and that is also being taxed because that is a part of the employment income. Then simply what we can do, we can take the additions of all this, and as you are aware, now Thanga, what is now up to here we are getting the assessable income. From the assessable income, we have to deduct the relief and qualifying payment. So for employment, we have relief. What is the relief fund applicable for an employee?
For employment payment, something we should always keep in mind is there will always be a relief. Eka prashna kiyanne naha. And the relief for everyone would be 1.2 million. Basically, laksha 12,000.
Yeah, so per month 100,000, it means for a year it is 1.2. Early this relief was 300,000 as per the old act, but now it is only 1.2. So you must remember this uh, relief value. Now, Changa, is there a relief for companies?
No, for companies there aren't a relief, but partnerships වල පොඩි අර වෙනසක් වෙනවා ඒක පස්සේ කියන්න.
Yeah, for companies, we don't. Yeah, for partnership, you can do.
So for partnerships, the first 1 million, right? Or is it 10?
Yeah, yeah. For companies,
10 the one?
we don't have any relief. For partnership, the first 1 million, if I remember, it is 0%
Yeah, the first
tax.
one.
First 1 million, right? So check those values properly, yeah? And because sometimes things can be forgotten, right? So check with the tube. Now don't write in the exam also 1 million, check with the tube and then write. Make those whether those are correct, right? Because sometimes can forget things, right? So after that, we are getting the taxable income when we deduct the relief. And then now the important thing starts. We must do the tax calculation. How to do the tax calculation? Very simple. So there is a table for that. So Changa will share that later on during the time. There is a table to find the income tax rates. So first of all, you must put the slab 500,000, 500,000. So see, it is starting with 500. So put 500,000 slabs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's easy to remember 500,000, 5 slabs. And then the rates are 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, right? So the first 500,000 at 6%, second 500,000 at 12%, likewise 18, 24, 30, 36, right? So now here, if you take this 7750, I'll do it in rupees 1000. So here, if I take the first 500,000 to here, I mean I am remaining only with 7050. Right? I am remain with 7050. And if I take the next 500,000 here, 750 minus 500, I am remain with only this much. And similarly, so likewise, we can continue minus 500. So if I take here 500, I am remain only with this much. Then if I go to here 650 minus 500, so likewise, it's better to put this value somewhere so that you are not getting confused with the calculation minus 500. So here we should not take 500 again. Directly we are taking the remaining value and multiplying by 36%. So we are taking 5 slab of 500,000, putting 6, 12, 18, 24, 30. And for the balance, we should apply 36%. So you can get here the total tax value. Now this is the tax you have to pay. Then after that, we must check whether there is any tax credit. So what is mean by tax credit? That means already paid tax. Here they are mentioning that the employee has deducted 48,000 as rapid and here 250,000 as APIT. So APIT means advance payment of income tax. So both these two comes under the tax credit. So you are deducting this and you will end up with balance tax payable. So that is the computation of employment income. Computation of employment income. Okay. So now we can move to taxation of a company. So take this sum and here there was error as well. So in here I like if someone can read the additional information first. I'll give 2 minutes if someone can read the additional information for everyone to take an idea. Who can read them? One time to take idea regarding the sum. And first of all, you must see the requirement always. See these are the requirements and then we can move to additional information. So can someone read those?
The company has rented out its excess warehouse space to another company and rental income received is included as rent income in other income.
Okay, Indune. So thank you. The company has rented out. Now, first of all, here also we must write the name of the business. We must write the heading. We must put the years. And here, please note, you must start with this heading: computation of accessible income from business. Computation of accessible income from business. And then you must take the profit before tax. So PBT. So how to take the PBT? It is given in the paper itself. Directly they must have given PBT. Here it's there. Profit before tax. 8498000. So that is the first step where you must begin the sum. 8498000 with the profit before tax. Then it's better to write these headings. Less income from other sources and accounting entries. Keep some space and write add. Keep some space and write less. And keep some space. So that is enough for the first part. Then later on, you can start filling these headings also. But at the beginning, it's better to write down this one, PBT, this heading, and this heading by keeping some space, right? Okay. Now, as Indunit said, the first adjustment is regarding this have rented this excess warehouse space to another company and rental income received is included as rent income in other income. So now we can move to other income. We have rental income 1265000. So this is being included under other income. So you know that rent income is not coming under business income. So we cannot keep it under other income. Therefore, under this income from other sources and accounting entries, rent income, we must write here and we must remove it simply. We are removing it from here. Why? Because this is a part of investment income. This is coming as a part of investment income. So then with this adjustment itself, what I can do, I can go to investment income. So now after writing this, we can keep some space, write this heading and write rent income. So there, we can record this rent income value. So there are no repair and expense relief even for the businesses. Remember that only for individual, we have the 25% repair and expense relief, right? So that is the first adjustment. Then if we move to the second one, they have given some disposal assets, right? The cost, sale proceed, and the year of purchase. So a thing you must remember in accounting, for the acquisitions, we consider full depreciation for that year. But for the disposal, we are not considering depreciation for the year of disposal. For the year of disposal, we are not considering depreciation, but for the year of acquisition, we consider depreciation for the full year. So, Changa, I think it's better if you repeat that sentence in Sinhala, no? If you can.
May Changa doesn't know corporate income. Yeah, I think you might have to ask Indunit.
Yeah.
මොකද්ද කියන්න ඕනේ හලෝ?
For the disposal year, full year, we are not taking depreciation. But for the year of acquisition, we take depreciation for the full year. But I think that is
හරි.
can understand. Yeah? Okay, full one here.
ඔව්.
Or else we'll
මෙහෙමයි.
yeah.
කෝපරේට් ඉන්කම් ටැක්ස් එක ගණන් කරද්දී වත්කමක් ගන්න අවුරුද්දේ ඒ කියන්නේ ඔයා හිතන්නකෝ ඔයා 23 24ට හදනවා නම් 24 3.30 ගත්තයි කියලා වත්කම. එතකොට අපි වත්කමේ ෂෙයා ගණන් කරනකොට අර මුළු අවුරුද්දෙම ඒ වත්කම තිබ්බ කියලා හිතා තමයි ඒක ෂෙයා ගණන් කරන්නේ. ඒ වගේම තමයි වත්කමක් විකුණද්දී ඒකේ වත්කම විකුණන අවුරුද්දේ ෂෙයා ගණන් ගන්න නැහැ. ඒකයි කියන්නේ.
Okay. So
තේරුණාද?
now we can go to yeah. Okay. Now we can go to this. We'll find out the accessible charge, right? So normally in accounting, we use accessible charges, using accessible charges. So we'll go to the adjustment directly given here, right? How to find the accessible charge, right? So to find the accessible charge, we must take the sales proceed. So it is given in the question. Then we must take the tax TWD. D means tax return down value. So the how to find tax return down value? We have the cost 3 million, and we should find the accumulated capital allowance. So you know, since this is what is this? Is it a building? Machinery. This is a machinery. So the cost is 3 million. Cost is 3 million. So there is a schedule for depreciation. So sometimes that also will be shared to you by Changa, right? Where we have like 5 years for vehicles, like that for building, we have 20 years, right? So we have schedule 4 of the Inland Revenue Act for the depreciation. So as per that, normally machinery is depreciated for 5 years. So how I took 5, you must refer to the act, right? Simply I have taken from the act. So if I divide this by 5, I am getting 600,000. So when we have purchased this asset, 2020, 2021, when I should prepare the sum, 23, 24. So from 21, 2021 is 1 year. 21, 22 is 2 years. So if I write here, 2021 1 year, 21 22 1 year, 22 23 1 year, 23 24 1 year, but we do not consider this. We do not consider this. So therefore only 3 years, so 600,000 into 3, we are getting 1.8 million, right? Here the tax return down value is 1.2, so 2,000 minus 1,200, accessible charge is 800,000. 800,000. So we can write it here under the addition. We must add it because it's a accessible charge. And then if you come to this, we have the profit from the disposal of the machine. We have the profit from the disposal of this machine. So this is accounting profit. We must remove this. We must remove this. So here I have removed this 500,000. Okay? I have removed this 500,000. And here I have recorded the accessible charge. Here I have recorded the accessible charge. And here I have recorded the, so I'll color this. Right, so moving forward there. Now for this, I am doing speedy because if not, we do not have enough time. Therefore, you have to revisit this. Normally, these company sums are very lengthy and very tough, right? So I think now the meeting will end in another 10 seconds. So you have to rejoin in another 10 minutes, right? And I'll continue the rest of the sum before coming. Just have a look to adjustment 345. Adjustment 345 and see whether you know to record anything. Adjustment 345. Hello, hello. Oh, 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 okay. So can hear, no? Hello. Can hear.
Yes, we
Yeah.
can
Yes.
hear
Okay.
you.
Right. So I'll be doing this very fast. So I think definitely we'll have to redo this, right? So when moving to the third one, the interest income reflects the commercial paper investment Blooms has made during the year. The company has recorded the gross interest income in the income statement, and the WHT deducted from the interest is 24,250. So let's see how much is the interest income recorded on the gross interest income. So if we go to the income, here, it is 485,000, the interest income from investment. So that is not a part of business income. We must remove it and reclassify that this what we call the interest income from investment. So we have to remove it from here. 485 should be removed from here, and again this is going to the investment income. That is the treatment for the interest income, right? And then if I move to the next adjustment, which is the number 4, the salary and wages consist of staff salary payment. So where salary can be either in selling or administration expenses. So 585 is the salary. So there is no issue, right, with regard to salary. Now, if we move to here, right, if we move to the answer, you know, salary is allowable. As per section 11, salary is allowable. Why is that? Because it sells to the production of income. So WHT at the end, it's a tax credit, if I remember, right? So that's why I didn't consider it now. It's a tax credit, right? The WHT. So that's why I skip it. So these salaries and wages are allowable as per section 12. So allowable means nothing to do. Already deducted from the profit is allowable. So we do not have to do anything, but we have to mention about, right? So that is the treatment for the salary. And then if we move to the entertainment expense incurred for this annual event, the entertainment expense for the annual event. So entertainment is not a part of producing income. No. So therefore, as per section 10, and also in section 10, if I remember, there was a specific provision that is disallowed. In section 10, directly it's saying entertainment is disallowed. But don't confuse this with employment income. In there, we have done a separate treatment. So this entertainment, we should consider. We should not consider. It's disallowed. Adding means from the profit it get eliminated because entertainment expense in the profit we have deducted. Adding it back means we are going to remove it. So we have discussed these two. Then if I move to the next adjustment, the fines and penalties. So as per section 10, fines and penalties also are disallowable. So this section you must, read, right? Section 11, fines and penalties are disallowable. Then when it's come to the 7 adjustment, they have given 4 assets and we need to find the depreciation of this asset. Now, first of all, the treatment is we must remove the accounting depreciation. Now here I think they have given depreciation 374 something. This should be removed. This should be removed. And we must calculate the capital allowance. So on the note 3, what has happened? On the note 3, we have the capital allowance. Now I'll directly move to the note 3 and we'll do from that. Building. So here you must write the 4 assets, take the cost and as per that note shared by Thanga, right? The building 20, office equipment 5, machinery 5, motor lorry 5. The useful time. This is coming from schedule 4. Schedule 4. So basically, what you can do 50,000 divided by 20. Can I have an answer? 50,000 divided by 20 it is 2,500 and then 24,000 divided by 5 it is 4,800 and then 16,500 divided by 5 it is 3,300 and 23,000 divided by 5 it is 4,000 600. So here we are taking only the value for the year. Previous depreciation are not needed because we are not going to dispose this asset. So here we are getting 15,200 as the capital allowance. And then moving forward to the next adjustment, the audit fees. So audit fees, think in the normal way. Normally audit fees is needed for carrying out the business. Therefore, that is allowable. Audit fees is needed for the production of income. So therefore, that is allowable, right? Both marketing and advertising expenses for the year are being promoted. So you know, marketing and advertising are needed in the production of income. Therefore, those also are allowable or deductible. A synonym for allowable is deductible. Even if you write there, allowable is not wrong. The company has not filed a case for trade receivable to recover money. So you know, if we do not we do not file a case, right? We do not file a case for the bad debt. It is disallowable. But if we file a case, it is allowable. If we do not file a case, it is disallowable. But if we have taken recovery action, then it is allowable. Then it is allowable. So here, as per section 22, these bad debts is an allowable expense. This is an allowable expense. The impairment provision, so even though it is collective impairment or general impairment, you know, impairment provisions are disallowed. Impairment provisions are disallowed. But bad debts, if recovery actions are taken, it is allowed. Then this is very interesting, 12th one, right? The stated capital, yeah, it's better someone can read this. The 12th adjustment, this is a very big one. Can please someone read?
The stated capital, retained earnings, and the revaluation reserves of the company as at 31/3/2024 amounts to rupees. ඒ ගණ මන් දන්නේ නැහැ කියවන්නේ කොහොමද කියලා 15.3.3.3 6.3.3 and 10.3 respectively. The total amount of the bank overdraft facility and the bank loan facility amounts to 130 bindu gana. Both the overdraft facility and bank loan facility are used to finance the business operations of the company.
Yeah. So here we must apply the tin capitalization rule as per section 18. If I'm not mistaken, tin capitalization rule. So here the answer is wrong. Answer which is given here is wrong, right? So as per the tin capitalization rule, we have a formula: A divided by B multiplied by C. So A means interest cost. A means interest cost. B means total value of loans, and C means O multiplied by stated capital plus reserve. Stated capital plus reserve. So this three thing now is not there. Okay, so this three thing is wrong. Three thing is not there. So here also the answer is wrong. It should be multiplied by 4, right? It should be multiplied by 4, right? The three thing was there in the previous act. Now we don't have a 3. We have only 4. Whether it is manufacturing, whether it is service, it should be multiplied by 4. So please note that the answer here is wrong. So I'm not going to do the correction, however, for this, right? So you have to work out and do the correction and get the correct answer. But I'll explain the method. I'm not going to do the correction. The only mistake is this 4, right? He has multiplied by 3, right? So it should be multiplied by 4 only. That is just only mistake. Other than that, so all these things then are wrong. So here, since it is a manufacturing organization, whatever it should be, whatever organization it should be multiplied by 4 now, not 3, right? That is also wrong, right? So please make that point. So how to deal with this sum? First, from the sum, take all the interest, bank loan interest and overdraft interest, and write that total. Then take the total loan value. So everything is given in the sum, right? Here some values are given, right? So the loan amount is given here. If you take the interest amounts are given here, right? Interest amounts are given here. So everything is being given. Then you must take the stated capital and retained earnings, but revaluation reserve is not considered. Now here as an example, this is the total interest. So I will apply it to A. Then the total loan value I will apply it to here. Then, so is this Excel thing clear here, this formula? Is this clear? Can it be seen? This value here 21 000 no 60. Is it possible to see this formula? So I think it is seen. It can be seen, right? So here it should not be multiplied by 3, but it should be multiplied by 4. So that is the simple change which must be happen here. So first take the interest as A divided by the loan value and multiply it by 4 times stated capital plus retained earnings. Then you getting an answer now here. You are getting an answer. So now our total interest cost is this. Our total interest cost is this. But allowable interest cost is this much. But this is wrong because this is multiplied by 3. We have to multiply by 4 and get it. So there will be a small change here, right? So you multiply and get that answer. So what we must do from this total interest, we can deduct this and disallow the remaining portion. From this total finance cost, we can deduct the allowable one and simply disallow the remaining one. Or else what you can do, but that is not advised by Amisha, but I like that method, but unfortunately cannot use. Simply what we can do, deduct this whole thing and adopt this correct value. We can do like that also. But that is not recommended. It is recommended to do it like this. Now again, I am telling this answer is incorrect. This answer here is incorrect. You have to multiply it by 4 and get it. You have to multiply it by 4 and get it, right? You have to multiply by 4 and get it to make that change. Okay, so then this is coming under disallowable one. Disallowed finance cost, right? So this is also done. Then moving forward, if I move forward, we are in the last adjustment. The income tax expense reflected in the income statement is self-assessment basis. So if you go here, you can see a income tax paid, which is this much. So what is happening? This becomes a tax credit now. This becomes a tax credit, self-assessment basis. So under the tax credit, we must deduct it. And earlier the question which Anga asked, the tax credit for that WHT, it is a tax credit. So normally we are putting those at the end. From that interest, this came from that adjustment on the interest. So that is also a tax credit. Now we can move to the P&L and take the remaining figures, right? If there is any remaining figure, we can adjust those. So revenue, cost of sales, other income, okay. Here, rent income, we have taken profit from disposal of machinery. We have removed it. Interest income, we have taken, right? Salaries and wages, we have treated. Entertainment expenses, we have treated. Fines and penalty, we have treated. So this contribution of EPF, ETF, we haven't taken. Electricity, water, we haven't taken. Now, contribution to EPF and ETF, it is allowable. So therefore, we do not need to do anything. Electricity, it is allowable. So we assume that this is, I mean, the whole amount, right? The whole amount. Water bill, it is allowable. Water bill, it is allowable. If it is disallowable, they should mention. But normally, these expenses are not disallowable because you cannot do production without electricity and water, right? Without electricity and water, you cannot do a production. Then capital allowances. So I think you can remember it. The capital allowances we have calculated from the previous note, right? So then that is done. If we move forward, here I think we have taken everything. Marketing expenses, yeah, we have taken. So I can't remember whether we have taken, yeah, advertising and marketing goes together. Yeah, we have taken that also. Then donation made to the National Kidney Fund. So when it's come to donation made to National Kidney Fund, first of all, you should remove it from the addition. That means adding means removing, and it should be considered under Section 52 qualifying payment, approved donation. You must consider it under approved donations, right? Then, yeah, so that is all regarding the recording parts. At the end, you can take here the total. So here there is no relief. Then you know the tax rate here is for the companies at 30%. There is no slab. So take that 30% and get the tax credits, and you can get the balance income tax payable. Now here I did this, I was able to do this soon because I have done this one time when this was uploaded to the LMS previous. So I have practiced it. That's why I know to do this. So to get to know to do this, you have to practice, right? You have to practice again and again to know how to do this sum. So if you don't practice, it is not possible to do a sum like this. So normally this is by its nature complex, right? So this is all about company taxation. So and then I have got to know that you have mentioned about SSCL and VAT. So talking about these two, I also do not have a good idea regarding SSCL and VAT because one thing I was absent. And when it's come to VAT, by its nature, VAT questions are complicated. By its nature, VAT questions are complicated, right? Because we have input VAT, no, so output VAT, export, zero exempt, zero rate. By its nature, this VAT is complicated. So what I recommend, so I don't know whether there will be someone to do VAT and SSCL. So sometimes even by this weekend, Amisha will be uploading a recording. What I recommend now, if now let's say I don't know these two. Now didn't come to these two. So what I will be doing in the YouTube, if you type, you can see there are different recordings available for VAT and this SSCL, some tutorial, but make sure the rates are up to the date, right? The rate should be up to the date. Now, if you take the VAT slide, right, I think it's very lengthy, right? So even myself, if I read, it's difficult to understand. Not only the VAT slide, other slides also a little bit lengthy. So as Changa said, it's better if you someone, so even Changa, so you appoint someone, right? And ask someone to make some short notes, right? So I do not have time to do that, but if someone does that, it's very helpful. If someone at least take one lesson wise and create a short note, really that actually will be very helpful if someone can do like that. So I think Changa will do one lesson like that. If someone can take a lesson and make a small short note, is very useful, right? Because the lecture slides are very lengthy for any person to go through them, even for myself. So that's why today I also started with the sum. If I took the lecture slide, now still we were in the employment income. If I was discussing with the lecture slide, and there are a lot of, I mean, some of the additional things also in the lecture slides, there are some things which are related, right? So better if that is being implemented. That thing I say, right? Some short notes for every lesson up to SSCA, Social Security Contribution Levy. So as per my point of view, I think the most complex area is this company taxation and for me VAT. Company taxation and VAT. I don't know. I find VAT difficult even for CMA, CA, those exams. I usually found the VAT question very tough, very complicated. So don't know whether for you guys it will be easy, right? So therefore, those two are the most complex things as per my point of view. So don't know as per your point of view. And another thing, partnership. So I think partnership, so that is complex because I think need to do another one or two sum. I think by this weekend, some tutorial questions will be uploaded. Right? So even sir has asked from me whether partnership questions were enough. So I also said that that question which was done in the lecture is not enough. So he will upload another one by this weekend for that. Yeah, so this is all regarding company taxation, right? And the individual income tax. So again, yeah, I will not have a time for tax, yeah, because in the study week, so normally I am studying during the study week. So that I'll be doing somehow during the study week. I am even there will be no recording by Amish. I am watching a YouTube tutorial and doing, but I will not have a time during the study week to
I
teach
get
that. Yeah. So
it.
therefore, again, yeah.
Yeah, Francis, that's fine. Not the study week, obviously, because everyone knows that stuff. No, can you please do it within this week or so?
So that
Yeah, you
I
nothing
do not
here.
have idea. That's the problem. I didn't come
That
to the
may wait,
lecture,
Francis.
and
No, not
I do not have any idea regarding that. I mean, now in the CMA also we have three rates for that: 12%, 18%, and the previous rate. I think it was 11% or something like that. So in that question also I mess it up. So that's why I got lower mark for. So that's another story. So that I am not confident at all to do that.
not
And
that,
even
not
SSCL.
that, Francisco. මම කියන්නේ
Yeah.
now මේ corporate tax thing එක මට විතරක් නෙවෙයි I'm pretty sure මෙතන ඉන්න හැමෝටම අමාරුයි කියලා. So we need to do more questions and would it be possible for you to,
So
do
from tomorrow
questions in
itself,
this
I
and the
am
partnership
starting.
one?
Yeah. Partnership also I will not be able to do now. Today I got free. Yesterday all levels got ended. So today actually I was free. From tomorrow again my works are starting as normal. So from today again I'll be busy. So that is the issue I am having. If not, I could have done another sum. Now even today after this, I have to prepare for the tomorrow new batch of the student which are joining for the new A-level classes. So that's the issue I am having. That's why I recommended for VET and SSCL do like that. When it's come to this taxation, look at this and try to get the idea and do more sums. I mean, there are more tutorials. And now I didn't take past paper because those are complex. I don't have a marking scheme, right, for that. So if it is possible, if someone can so like that, you guys now can make a marking scheme by looking at this, how I explain this sum. You can take one or two past paper question and try to create a marking scheme and circulate it within the group, one or two people. Another set can get together and make a short note like that. So if you divide the things and do, I think so the facts thing will be easy. So I think now we'll stop the recording. Okay. It's better for the other source here. I'll attach it to that recording. You have only 1 year left, right? So next year it will be very tough. There will be like internship to go and also lectures at night, right? So only this year it's there to stay in the, I mean, relax with, right? So therefore this year will be the year which will change everything, right? And I don't think in the last semester we have subjects, fourth year. It's not there. Right? So only next year we have some subjects, right? So if we calculate properly, we have another like this semester, next semester, and the last year, first semester, right? So only those subjects. So everything we do there only will be affecting to our final result. So still there is time, right? This semester, next semester, and the other semester. So next semester subjects also, as per my knowledge, I think those are complex. And fourth year we have strategic something strategic management from the bus department or something that is very complex, as I heard, right? So when it's come to the future, subjects will become complex and the workload will become complex, right? So therefore, this semester, I don't think it is very tough. I mean, MS is tough. Other than that, I don't think now taxation is not very much complicated. It's like accounting, right? Taxation. If you practice, it will be easy. So this semester to take a good result, it is very easy. But when it's come to next semester, I think it will be little bit tough. Fourth year, first semester, it will be more tough, right? So, okay, so I hope you have got something from me, right? And practice well the questions, and let's hope that lectures may start again so that exam will be kept, right? Okay, so wish you all the best to the exam, and yeah, succeed, and also be ready for the next year to work hard, right? And have a goal, have a plan. Yeah. So now I will give to Imesha.
First of all, I